My father was Sid's, who opened the open market fish stall in 1932. There were 10 other fishmongers, or 9 other fishmongers at the time. The competition was intense, and he didn't think it would be worthwhile me going into it as a young fella coming out of school, as it were. It was difficult getting a living because there was so much competition. Everyone got a living, but it wasn't a good living. It was getting by living, really, and it was only recently that I'd managed to get something behind us, and I've more or less survived everybody else in Brighton. What we call the local fish, the plaice, the Dover sole, the brill, the lemons, the cod. We get fish from away. Luckily, with speed of transport, we can phone up today and it's here first thing in the morning. You can cover most lines. There's about 30 different lines of fish there. You've got to present it right. I look in supermarkets, yes, they lay it out, but that fish quite often is 4 or 5 days old because they haven't got a shelf life of more than a couple of days on some fish. Again, presentation is quite important. If they don't see it, they won't buy it, because you've got to have it out there on show, or you've got to have a sample of it on show. Yeah, the artistic side of it does come into that, yeah. It's a certain amount of art form, because you want it to look attractive. You've got to catch people's eye. The presentation and then quality obviously has got to come into it, and then the chit chat afterwards to sell it. I enjoy selling a good product because by that you get self-satisfaction. You know your customers 99% of the time going to come back anyway, and if you can give them a little recipe or a little bit of info into what the different fish are like, it's a bit more personal, and that is the side I would miss dreadfully, the personal side.
We like Dave, and he's very fair, price is alright, one of the best. Once he's gone, it'll be finished.
I would say it's the best fish that I've ever come across, without a doubt. I wouldn't even think about buying supermarket fish. So yes, he's quite a character, is Dave. One of the best ones in the market.
My father used to draw. He was quite a good artist, drawing, and I got into that. And I used to do quite a few black and white drawings. George Curtis, the famous photographer, because he used to go around America photographing the tribes. They issue every so often catalogues of his work. There was a lot of challenges. I did it from an artistic point of view. I wanted to try and do it, and that's I'm very proud of that picture. Actually, that is the original of that. Because I was looking at miniature work, and I thought I'd love to be able to paint miniatures, because that's another side of art. You see, it was a different technique. I wanted to see if I could create them on stone and in miniature form. And these stones, being so lovely and round and smooth, were ideal. That is the 4 generations of Marmories. There's my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father, and then of course there's myself, and that's the 4 generations. There's 4 basic regulars that meet me every morning. There's ones I call the governor and his missus that stand outside the stall, and I've been feeding him at least 15 years. Sam and Sid, he literally walks alongside me or just behind me as I go along, and they're shouting at the top of their voices, "He's here, he's here!" And you can't hear yourself talk in that alley then. But Sam and Sid one morning jumped up on the counter and jumped down with a lump of salmon hanging from his mouth, and I literally chased him along that alley shouting, "Stop that bird!" And of course everybody's in fits, aren't they? And they're the only birds I do feed, because you've got to be careful. You can cause a bit of a nuisance with the other traders and so forth. But I'm unique in the respect that I'm the only one left. Families are getting harder to go into the trade, they don't want to know the business. And so, yes, that's why we're a dying breed. day comes for me to retire, I shall feel gutted.